Hi, it's MorningStar. I was just going to go live and had it all set up and talked for about, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then I took it down and deleted it because I was just like, I just didn't want to do it that way. So I'm going to just talk into my phone and then I'm going to upload it and hopefully it will upload to my Facebook page. So it's been really fucking hard. I have not felt like I even recovered from COVID. And then, time went on and a lot of things happened in my own personal life and even with my family that I thought was going to be this most awesome jumping off point. And it was. I was ready. This house was ready. But for whatever reason, the people coming into the house weren't ready. And so it ended up an implosion, and it it imploded so much so that I have literally lost connection to one child and another child and now the grandchild because circumstances outside my control happened. The blame game, of course. If a person, it's really kind of hard to talk because, especially about family members, because it's kind of like, you kind of gotta go there. So anyway, I was ready. They were not. The other dynamics of the other children that I have, because of their own filter and because of what they were going through, has caused a rift, a divide, a non-communication. It might last, so far it's lasted probably 7 or 8 months of dead silence. And as a mom, of course, that's really, really hard because in my thought process with my own stepmother, who I loved, she was my mom since 4th grade. She and I talked every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times. And if not then it would be every couple of days. And if it wasn't every couple of days, then it would at least be once a week. And we would talk, and I really loved that relationship. And I thought that I would have that type of relationship with my own, but not the case. Which is painful and hurtful, but it's okay. You don't get to this age without suffering severe trauma things. You don't. And, I don't know. I've talked so much about this stuff that I'm kind of really tired of talking about it. And so I have gone on a deep journey within, and as the deep journey of going within, also wanting to propel and go forward. I pulled these 3 cards hadn't pulled cards for a long time, and I saw the deck laying there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull the cards. So the first one was, and it was really awesome because they were confirmations of what they are. You probably can't read it backwards, but it's jump, shift your life. And then, of course, I have to put my glasses on to read the small print. Okay, it's wonderful. We're getting older. Okay, jump, shift your life. Tune into crystals. Okay, there's that. It's a beautiful card. I can't even remember what deck this is from. Diane Cooper, golden. I think it's golden. Anyway, I can't read it upside down. All right, second card was animals. Animals. Honor the animal kingdom. Beautiful card. Look at that. Oh, look at the puppy. Love it. Third card, unicorns. Spread the light of unicorns. So they had me pull those cards, which were confirmation. You know, I do love it when you pull cards and then you get a confirmation of exactly what's been on your mind, what you've thought about. And I love that. I love the synchronicities. I've been looking for so many synchronicities. I've looked for them my entire life, and especially since going through this process of that I've gone through with my own family. It was like live or die. I got to see those synchronicities. It was hard. It was really, 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 really hard. Dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul. I don't know how far I want to go into that conversation on that. So my granddaughter's real dad kind of swooped in and came in, and I don't know all of the mechanisms that took place to do that, but he swept in, and now she lives with him out of this state back to the Midwest, and I'm not sure I'll ever get to see her again. I'm not sure what's going to happen in that regard. It was a total breakdown, and I was not the one that caused all of it. I was blamed, but I wasn't it. It was like these multiplying factors that fed into it. I was ready. They came into my home. So anyway, I think I'm going to stop talking about that, but it totally spun out and it went a totally different direction. It killed me. It absolutely fucking annihilated me. It did. Oh my God. Still, every once in a while, the grief comes up of, I could have done this better. I could have done that. Throw more money at this. And it was just like, I don't know, for whatever reason, then it's like, after you go through the gambit of, where was I guilty? What happened? What, where, and then deciphering and sifting and sorting, and then coming to the realization it was out of my hands, and giving it up to source that I don't know why it happened, for whatever reason it did. And maybe 10, 5 years, maybe 20 years, I'll get an understanding of why that happened. But it did. Totally out of my control. I did what I was supposed to do. I did what I wanted to do. And that was to be a blessing, and to be wanted so bad to be a blessing and a help in that situation. It didn't work out. It didn't go as planned whatsoever. Did I take the fall? Yeah, because other people haven't done their work and haven't schooled themselves in the school of life. Give them another 10 years, 15 years. It's just what happens, man. It's a growth process. It's painful. It's very, very painful. So we just went through Helene. It's horrible down here. Not for me specifically. I live in Spring Hill, and there's a reason why it's called Spring Hill, because there is hills. And even though I am 5 miles from the coast, huge difference from where I live and what took place in Helene. Then, like the eye of the storm was out to sea about 100 miles. And then east of us, so we had a high sustained wind. It actually caused damage to the pool frame, caused damage, but nothing, just small limbs. But there was sustained winds. But east of me, it was the tornadoes and the torrential rainpour. So for whatever reason, we were in a kind of a sweet pocket of being affected, but not affected. Not like others in the area. I mean, our beaches are gone. They're gone. It's gone. I mean, I don't have to go into, all you have to do is look at the national news, but it's right here where I live. We were at the store a couple of days ago, and and it's like every once in a while you get on like your Facebook feed and you'll see something from a news thing that pops up, like, the ports are closed and there's going to be a run on, and it was like, so I checked into it. I'm like, yeah, the ports, there was a port strike. I don't know if it's been delayed. I don't know. I purposely do not listen to the news. Matter of fact, I didn't know Helene was truly going to come here until 3 days before it happened, and had enough time to go to the store and to prepare for Helene. That's how much I don't listen to the news and pay attention to it, because I am in another, you can say I'm in my own world. I am in another realm. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities of my own life, of waking up in the morning and it's a beautiful day and the birds, and just really eking out and really enjoying the day. Still the deep healing process of going through what I went through at Christmas time, and even through February. Still healing from that. Doing a lot better than I was, but it kicked my butt. It kicked my ass. It was a loss. It was grieving a loss as like a spiritual death. So anyway, so I have done my dream boards. There was a whole process in that. Redid that one. And it's very helpful to do dream boards. Lots of times you won't see the effects of them until a year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. But they work. They do their stuff. They do it. But it was interesting because I had it all ready to go, and I had all my pictures done. I'm like, yeah, this is it. Doing the energy and looking at the pictures of what I want my life to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. And so then one morning I woke up, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do it. And for whatever reason, I couldn't do it. And then it was like I sat with it for like 2 days, maybe 3. And then I felt the unction and the freedom to actually transfer and actually make the dream board. So there was like an energetic release and codes of going from the birthing stage to then actually the visualization. Now I can look at it, my meditations, and just birth it. And it's a birthing process and it's so interesting because it's like collecting the pictures, even the unction of, it's time to do a dream board again. It's time to do it. To doing the pictures, getting them printed up, and then the whole process, then I thought I was ready to do it. And then, nope, 3 more days had to go by until I was energetically released the unction of freedom to put the dream boards together. So anyway, I said all that to, hopefully it'll help someone. So anyway, one thing that I did want to point out is that when you were asking for timelines to shift, I know I'm doing both. So here we go. Let's see if I can do it upside down. I'm going to draw it this way first, and then I will flip it. So, and I will use this. Okay, so this is you're going along, and all these wonderful things are happening, and this circle might be like, going backwards, upwards, and you're like, oh, I am ready for a timeline shift, and you want to get over here because you're ready. It's like, oh, I'm so excited and happy. I've got all of these giftings and dreams and aspirations of, I'm ready for a timeline shift. I'm ready. And so then what happened for me personally is I was here, and it seemed like, I was like, come on. And I'd eat it, and I was eating it, thinking it, dreaming it, meditation, listening to different leaders, different, whether it's Master Co, man, he's so powerful. I don't care who's doing the energy right now. Master Co, for me, still, on some of his specific ones, takes you instantly right there, does the energy, and it's right back out. Sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's a 20 or 30 minute, but it's so, for me, it was life-saving, and it still is. He's my go-to for I need an energy shift, and I need an energy shift right now. Been listening, have literally stopped listening to Abraham. I'm over Abraham. I'm done. I don't want to hear that person's voice one more time for a very long time. I'm over it. It's okay. It was for growth. It was for a season, but it was like, no more. Done. Done. Next. So my next person now, the one who I am listening to pretty much all the time, is Dr. Joe Dispenza. Gifted beyond, not only medically, but also he's in the spiritual. And what's been really interesting in listening to Dr. Joe is he's really tapped into the spiritual things of it, the spiritual workings of timeline shifts, of doing and saying things. So I was talking earlier on the video that I took down, that my vocabulary seemed to be a lot more elevated even, 10 years ago, talking about spiritual stuff. But they have literally brought it down to it'd be like an expansion on a word, and then breath, and expansion on a, like this whole thing. And then it was like, and then taking it down, and then expanding, and then taking it down, and expanding, and then taking it down, and expanding. So it was a simplifying, expansion on the simplification, taking it down, expanding on the simplification. So like on a recent Dr. Joe thing, he was talking about the simple word, and I will say this, it's together. The powerful word of together. What does that entail? What does that really entail? Together. Your whole life. Finances, the joy, the dreams, the dream boards, everything. Compounded down into one two-syllable word, together. Sorry, 3. The other one is, I feel like don't have it totally memorized yet. Divine count. Divine count. So in my life, that's what's been happening. It's just really simplified it even more so. Together. Divine count. Those words embody the dream boards. They embody. And I've even, I want to tell you things, but then I really don't. Because I don't want anything to come in energetically to F it up. No, I'm not going to say it. But anyway, so I've been really, some things have come together, unfreaking believably. Unbelievably. On one hand. On another hand, I have totally lost the desire to write any children's books right now. It's not in me. It's not in me to go live on Facebook. It's not in me right now to go live. I tried a while ago, and it was like, no. That's why I'm making this video. In some way, okay, so we have a new baby in the family. because of my loss of not being able to see my grandchild anymore, and have lost that connection, that relationship, spiritually, I can still talk to her. And I will tell you the same thing. If you've lost someone on the other side, or even still here, and maybe there is a disconnect, you can still talk to their spirit. You can still have a conversation with them. Every once in a while, I'll still talk to my grandchild. Tell them that I love them. That I wish them the best life. We'll be together again, either on this side or on the other side. So anyway, I wanted to get a little baby dog puppy, and that was a whole rigmarole of like, oh my God, the one I want is like $3,000 or more, and you're like, I don't want to spend. I don't, and no. It doesn't matter how cute and irresistible, but yet it was still there in my heart. So it was a journey, a process, right? So finally found a place without having to have something shipped or flown in on an airplane costing way the heck, thousands of dollars for just a baby puppy, right? Like a miniature whatever. So I found one. Once again, it was something that was in my heart, a desire to want to cuddle something, to baby something, right? To just to hold it, to have that experience, right? And so then, God's first energy and the great I am is answering my prayers and my request. And there's been so much activity in that, and it's divine timing. And it's like being given clues and pieces of a puzzle that you have to go find out. And so yeah, I found him like an hour and a half south of my house, which and the perfect price. And I knew the minute I picked him up, and I was like, okay, done, bought it, paid for it, right back out the door. So anyway, he's a little Bichon, and he's the Dickens. He is the Dickens right now. But anyway, so he's my cuddle bug. He's my baby. He's my healing baby. So what else do I want to talk about? With the hurricanes, so we have another one that's coming. It was a tropical storm. I listened to one of our main weather person that you can count on, this person's projections down here. I think his name is Dennis Phillips, but anyway, he's always spot on with everything on that regard. So yeah, the tropical storm that was spinning down in Mexico, whatever, I think it jumped across from the Pacific into the Atlantic, was going to be a tropical storm, and then the update this morning is now we are going to be hit with another Category 1. And like I said at the beginning of this video, do the preparations. He's like, don't put the Halloween things out. The people, God, oh my God, I can't even go there, but the people that have totally, guys, our coastline's gone. It's gone. People's houses, the flood damage was beyond understand. I won't even go into the North Carolina stuff. I can't even, God bless those people. But for here and seeing what's happened here, like our favorite beach, it's gone. We don't even know when it will reopen. The ocean is dangerous. It's toxic with all of the dead marine life, and it's total obliteration. So now it leads me to this next thing. So freak out mode, right? Another fucking hurricane. Are you fucking kidding me? We just got hit with Helene. Are you kidding me? The people. It's too much. And like what the weather guy said, he said, all we need is one cold front. to come in, and it'll dissipate all of these hurricanes. And there's, what I didn't say, there's another one spinning down by, I think it's still in the Caribbean. So it's going to be a double whammy. So now we've had a triple whammy. Helene, the category 1 that's going to be hitting us here by next Wednesday. And then right after that, this other one that's going to form. Excuse me, it's formed. They don't know which way it's going to end up going, but the potential for the entire Gulf. After saying that, I'm saying this. So I'm like, do I really want to live? I love Florida. I love Florida. And there's this, I don't know if it was I don't think it was a curse, but it was like, once you've stepped on, I think it was, oh God, I'm sorry, I'm messing this up. Once you've stepped foot in Florida, and something to do with maybe the Spanish moss, that your heart will return here, and this is where. So I've been called to live in Florida a long, long time ago. Even when I was a teenager, I was like, can't wait to live in Florida. So I live in Florida, and I've lived in Florida now since 2010, except for the year and a half that I didn't. A short stint in Arkansas, and then of course the South Carolina for a year to just check it out, see what that part of the country was like. But now I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I've really been wanting to, I love the idea and the freedom of RVing, of buying an RV and just putting everything that I own into storage, probably not in Florida, but anyway, and just hitting the road. I don't know. There's tribe out there. There's family out there, tribal family, to just go be a part of that. There is a call of that in me. I don't know. I've been kind of kicking around. You know, what are the chances of being hit again next year? What were the chances of the Helene hitting and then having another one back to back? What are the chances of that? I don't know. All it takes is one cold front to dissipate it, but I don't know. You know, next year might be a whole different story. It might be another 5 or 6 years before an event like this happens, but it sure makes me question whether I want to continue living in Florida. The stress? Are you kidding me? The going to bed, living, if you haven't lived through a hurricane or a tornado event, some horrific event, maybe, fire, I think fire is a little bit different, but, like the fires out in California and stuff. But when you have sustained winds that are lasting for 24 hours and sustained winds of 45 miles an hour, sustained winds of 65 miles per hour, Helene was a 4 when it hit the coastline north of here. When we had the sustained winds, you finally, you're like, you go to sleep and you're like, I hope the roof is here. I hope that we're here. I was pretty sure we're not being flooded out because we live there's 3 huge humps of hills between us and the coast, which is thankful. But anyway, I don't know what the future holds. I don't. And I'm still on my journey. I am still, of course I have to be. I'm still alive. I haven't crawled into an actual cave yet, but I am in cave mode. I don't like being out in public. That's kind of maybe left over from COVID. I don't. It's like I want to scoot out and then I go do the stuff that I have to do, whether it's doctor's appointments, whatever, hit the stores, and then it's like, and then I want to come back home to my safety, my nest, my safety. And one thought process also about thinking about a nomadic lifestyle and the freedom of that. I don't know, things are changing, and I see online all of the different people that are traveling now, single ladies that are in their 70s and 75. And this one lady, I watched her video, she's 78 and she's traveling in, her, I don't know. I don't know. The whole thought process of buying into, get solid, buy a house, invest in a house. Well, what if you don't like your neighbors? What if you don't end up liking the street? Well, yeah, you can move. You can move, and you can. But do you really want to commit to actually buying a house where you find out that, until you really live there, you don't know what your next door neighbor's going to be like, the people across the street, the people that live behind you? I don't know. It's always like this chance that you take. So for me, right now, it's like I rent. So I really can live anywhere that I want to live, wherever I have the unction to really where I want to live. Now, I am sequestered to a few states, like probably I think there's 10 states that I won't be taxed that I can live in. So I have been investigating those states to see if that's, do I want to rent a house? Do I want to move? Do I want to rent, in Texas, New Mexico? And there's some more northern states, but I'm not a snow gal. Weekend ski trip, sure, I could do that. But it's just, it's too painful physically to live in an environment and that. But anyway, so I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. But I'm still here, still doing, trying to eke out to just be in bliss as much as I can, to really, really enjoy swimming, to really, really enjoy the sunny days and the birds and Pookie Bear. Come here, I want to show Pookie Bear real quick. So this is Pookie Bear. Can you say hi to Pookie Bear? This is Pookie Bear. He's 5 pounds. He's not going to get very big, but he's a live teddy bear. Anyway, he gives joy. Thank you. He gives joy to my heart. Anyway, and he just is part of the family now. So anyway, so I think I've said everything that I really wanted to say. I hope that you are all doing really, really, really well. I really, really do. I see you guys. You're thriving. You're exploring your artistic side. You're selling stuff online, and that's so cool because 5 and 10 years ago you guys weren't, but now you are. That's pretty stinking cool. I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of you guys for that. I am. I'm proud of you guys for doing that stuff, putting yourself out there. So if you find yourself that you can't put yourself out there, it's okay. So much of the transition from the 3D to the 5D it's a vortex. It is an out of control hurricane, and it is. And if it's okay. It's okay, and it'll be okay. It'll test you. It'll try you. It's okay. See, you also do see the metal, mettle, M-E-T-T-L-E, of what you are capable of handling. I think it is preparation. I know it's preparation for the future of what's to come down the road. I think in lots of ways we are protected in that innocence, in that ignorance of truly not knowing what we will be facing in this transitional phase for everything that's going on. There is a special bliss in the ignorance. There is. And that takes childlike faith and trust. So, let me think. So, the upper deck ones were here the whole time. Thank you, Kuan Yin. Thank you, Mother Mary. Thank you, Merlin. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Thank you, Metatron. Thank you, Grandmother, Grandfather, Big Chief. Cassiel. There's a couple others that are coming through, but I don't know how to pronounce their names. They're my guides, I think. Yeah, they are. Anyway, this is Morningstar. Love you guys. Peace out.